this morning could decide your faith. Today is not like any other day. The moment you rise, the unseen forces begin their work, and the choice you make in these first seconds could define the trajectory of your entire day. What if the revival you have been yearning for, the breakthrough that could change everything, hinges on this one moment of alignment with God? Every hesitation, every delay, risks allowing doubt and fear to take hold, multiplying obstacles before your feet even leave the floor. Moses faced long deserts, moments when his faith was tested, and yet every step he took in alignment with God's direction brought the impossible into the realm of the possible. This morning you are at a crossroads, the path of continuation, repeating the same cycles of stagnation, or the path of revival, where God's guidance awakens a dormant faith within you. Psalm 143 speaks to the soul in this exact place, a heart waiting, weary from repeated struggles, unsure if the day will bring deliverance or despair. But here is the truth. Your revival is not accidental. It requires a deliberate act, a conscious turning of the heart, a lifting of your eyes, and a cry for alignment. Can you hear it? The whisper of God urging you to claim direction, to open the door to restoration, and to let the Spirit revive every part of your being. If you ignore this moment, the opportunities for renewal may pass by unnoticed. The unseen world is already in motion, testing your faith, measuring your attention, and waiting to see if you will act decisively. This is your turning point. Will you step into it fully awake, fully aligned, fully ready to embrace the revival God has prepared? Or will you let the day slip by, unaware of the power within your grasp? The choice is immediate, and the stakes are high. Every second counts. The revival begins now, in this moment, as you choose to lift your eyes and open your heart. Alive, but is faith awake? You woke up today. You exist. But existence alone does not guarantee revival, nor does it ensure that faith is active and alive. Moses lived through long seasons where waiting felt endless, where the land was barren and his strength seemed insufficient. Yet each breath, each step, each prayer in alignment with God's will laid the foundation for breakthroughs unseen by the world. Psalm 143 reminds us that life without divine alignment is like walking through a desert blindfolded, exhausted by repeated failures, fearful of another day wasted in spiritual inertia. Your existence is proof that God is not finished with you, that there is a purpose in the cycles you have endured, and that faith can awaken even in the moments when hope feels lost. But the danger is real. Continuing in mere survival, moving through life without awakening the dormant faith inside, risks letting another day pass without revival. The unseen forces are already in motion, measuring your readiness and testing whether you will act intentionally or drift unknowingly into stagnation. Can you feel it? The tension between the life you have and the life God intends for you. Each breath is a choice, to remain in the familiar rut of despair or to step into alignment, allowing faith to ignite, clearing the path for renewal. Awareness replaces ignorance, gratitude replaces resignation, and action replaces delay. The revival that seems distant is not locked away. It awaits your conscious decision to rise beyond fear, to trust beyond doubt, and to engage actively with God's guiding hand. The cycle of stagnation ends the moment faith awakens, the moment you acknowledge your existence not as mere survival, but as an invitation to revival, a call to engage with the divine purpose woven into every heartbeat. Will you let the day define you, or will you define the day through awakened faith? Therefore I perceive the void when efforts fail without faith. Have you ever felt that despite all your efforts, nothing happens? That every planned step seems useless, every attempt crumbles into frustration? This emptiness is not a coincidence. It is a divine calling, a warning that relying solely on your own strength is not enough. Moses faced endless deserts, moments when his faith seemed small in the face of the challenge. Psalm 143 reveals that the absence of spiritual direction transforms human efforts into frustration, that the emptiness is not an emptiness of God, but of alignment with Him. The feeling of stagnation, of repeating flawed patterns, weighs on your mind and corrodes silent hope, creating fear that your life will continue without transformation. The danger is real. Continuing to act without faith wastes opportunities that could change the course of everything. The emptiness you feel is an invitation, a warning that it's time to lift your eyes, seek alignment, and allow God to guide every step. At every moment of hesitation, invisible forces observe, measure your disposition, and test your attention. The choice is yours. Remain at the mercy of the void, or recognize that it exists to lead you to faith, guidance, and real change. The time to act is now, before the day dissipates and you realize that yet another opportunity has passed unnoticed. This void is not defeat. It is the preparation of the ground for the miracle, for the divine intervention that transforms waiting into victory. Awareness of the void is the first step towards revived faith and action aligned with God's plan. Therefore, I recognize my limits when human effort breaks down. Have you ever felt the weight of trying alone, of depending only on your strength, your reasoning, and your effort, and realizing that everything crumbles? Moses faced exhaustion and human limitations in the desert, learning that true victory depends on surrendering to the divine plan. Psalm 143 teaches that recognizing your limitations is not weakness. It is the gateway to God's intervention. Each failed attempt, each silent frustration, is a reminder that your human strength is insufficient to open spiritual doors or achieve miracles. The subtle fear that arises in the face of failure is God's way of calling you to conscious dependence. If you insist on controlling everything, you ignore the opportunity to receive direction and protection, remaining trapped in patterns that solve nothing. It's time to admit that your resources are insufficient, that you need guidance, prayer, and faith. Human limitations mark the beginning of active faith, of the spiritual awakening that leads to real transformation. This is the moment to relinquish self-sufficiency and recognize that the change you expect comes from something greater. Every moment of resistance delays victory and strengthens anxiety and emptiness. Recognizing your limitations doesn't destroy you. It gives you access to divine guidance, to the intervention that transforms fruitless efforts into spiritual achievements. Your ability to admit vulnerability now determines whether you will continue wasting days or receive the renewal you have silently and faithfully awaited. Therefore, I cry out for faith, aligning with God's revival. The time has come to lift your eyes and extend your heart toward God. This is where faith ceases to be merely a feeling and becomes prophetic action. Psalm 143 teaches us that crying out is not just asking, it is declaring that we are aligned with the divine plan and willing to receive what only He can offer. Daily life tries to distract us. Commitments, challenges, silent anxieties, every detail can distance us from the intervention that will transform our day, our week, and our story. Feeling fear is natural, but not reacting is risking losing the opportunity for revival. Every word you pronounce in prayer now is like opening doors that were locked. It is like activating invisible protection that guarantees provision and direction. By writing your prophetic phrase, you formalize this alignment, giving spiritual legality to your request and placing your heart on the path of renewal. Relief comes when you realize that you are no longer trying alone, that active faith opens paths that no human effort can reach. It is the moment to replace uncertainty with the certainty that even in the midst of pain and waiting, God answers those who cry out sincerely. Every second of hesitation increases the risk of losing the blessing. Every act of faith strengthens spiritual authority and prepares you for the miracle that is already reserved. This conscious cry transforms vulnerability into security, doubt into certainty, and paralysis into movement, showing that revival is not an accident, but a consequence of active and aligned faith. Therefore, I am fulfilled when revival becomes reality. Now, everything transforms. The cry, the recognition of limitation, the perception of emptiness, conscious existence, and activated faith culminate in spiritual fulfillment. Psalm 143 speaks not only of an isolated moment, but of a continuous path of renewal and alignment with God. When you feel peace invade your heart, it is because the faith that was once uncertain now manifests in full confidence, and divine guidance becomes visible. This is the point where revival ceases to be a concept and becomes tangible reality, transforming your day, your week, your entire life. The awareness that you are now under God's guidance and protection brings clarity to previously confused decisions and courage to face challenges that once seemed impossible. It is time to commit to this new direction. Writing your prophetic phrase seals your covenant, and each daily act of faith reinforces the path that God has opened. Feeling joy, security, and purpose is no longer a wish, but evidence of divine alignment. In closing, I invite you to give thanks, to feel your heart strengthen, and conclude with the Lord's Prayer, acknowledging that each future step will be guided by the Creator. Take advantage of this spiritual renewal, share this message, and strengthen your faith community, remembering that likes and subscriptions help spread the word and power of the Lord to more needy hearts.